Item 4, reports. Administration.
I think we'll go ahead and let our reorganization group speak. Marty's here. Did you just come flying in? Yeah. So Marty and John, excuse me. That happens. Represent a group of people that have been talking about reorganization, and they'll speak to you. You have laying on your table a copy that looks like this, that says draft on it, and we made sure that was large enough that nobody mistook that for the real thing. So if the two of you would like to speak to the group, it's yours.
All right. My name is John Scott. I'm from Lakeview, and I'm part of the Joint Advisory Committee. And on April 14th, Marty Huser, Rachel Partridge, Kathy Brenny, Barb, and myself met with Dr. Kay Forsythe, and she's the director of the AEA, and we developed the petition for reorganization. We have been part of the reorganization subcommittee, I guess, out of the Joint Joint Advisory Committee. And we had a couple items. Some of the items in the petition are subjective and some aren't. The items that we needed the couple of the contents of the petition that we did need to talk about were the date of the elections, the name of the proposed new school district, the number of board members, and the method for election of the new board members. So after finding out we legally couldn't pick a September 9 vote, February 2nd of 2010 was the next scheduled special election date. So we chose February for the vote. The name is as I see on the petition, is the East Sac County Community School District. We picked 5 members over 7, and we chose 5 members at large. And a couple of reasons that we chose the 5 members at large is both districts currently are doing that. We thought maybe it gave a more representation of the entire district. It gives a feeling of one new district. A couple of the other methods for choosing board members would be to divide it into districts. And we thought maybe if we didn't have a person that wanted to run out of that district, it caused a problem. So we thought maybe that candidates would be hard to find that way. And a couple of reasons we chose 5 over 7 is we thought it was easier to get a quorum for school board meetings, easier to get candidates, and easier to make a consensus. So the reorganization committee, we met the following Monday on April 20th, and we voted to put those items in the petition as you see it now. And then we're just here to inform you that what we've been working on and your support for the petition. We have another meeting scheduled on the 19th, and after that we hope to be soliciting petition signatures. And after we get the 400 signatures from each district, we'll have the signatures verified, and then we'll turn those into the AEA. After the AEA receives our petition, they have to wait 60 days for objections. And there's 2 types of objections that they can hear, and that is dismissal of the petition or exclusion of property. Two types of people may submit an objection, and that is they have to reside or they have to own land in the district, or they have to be injuriously affected by the change. And then after the 60 days, the AEA will, within 10 days of that, they'll have a public hearing. Within 10 days of the public hearing, the AEA will make a decision to either accept it, modify it, or reject it. And then 20 days after that, either school board may appeal their decision, and then they'll set the election date, which we presume will be February 2nd of 2010.
After the election date is set by the AEA, we would like to have some public meetings in each district. These meetings, we propose, would be set up so to have a panel there to answer questions. And the panel we would like to include would be students, the board secretary, county personnel, and principals, and anybody else you think would be worthwhile having. Questions for these meetings could be submitted prior to the meetings, so the panel could see them ahead of time, or brought to the panel at that time. Hopefully this would bring any issues or concerns up prior to the election and have them resolved or answered so that we would have a positive election. And I think that's all we have. Do you guys have any questions?
Can you share that time frame with us that you were...
Verbally?
No, maybe you can email it to all of us so we have the time frame.
Sure. I'll email it maybe to Barb in some kind of form or something she can, I don't have all your emails, so she can send it out.
I think we might have kind of a rough draft that we looked at 3 or 4 months ago that you guys had asked
It's
for.
on a form like that too. Yeah, it's out there.
That we could get to you to take a look at. Some of the elements that have to be in the petition is the date of the suggested election, the names of the school districts that would be filing the petition, the new school name, and one of the additional paragraphs that's in there that wasn't mentioned is after that first bigger paragraph, there's a short paragraph, and the proposed school district, the new school district, has to fit into the AEA plans for reorganization, and it does fit that. We've cleared that with that's been cleared with the AEA director. And so that was a paragraph that needed to be added. And then the legal description took a little time to come from the courthouse and be drafted in a form that would fit the petition.
I guess our plan is, after this meeting, taking this to the meeting next week, and then if everybody in there is on the same page, then we would start probably getting signatures. At one time we talked about maybe waiting till next fall, but as Dawn and I have talked, we think the sooner we can get the signatures and start the process, the better. I mean, if it goes to the AAA quickly, great. We still can't do it any sooner than February 10. And these meetings I talked about, we would probably wait and hold them so they were within a timely manner before the election. Obviously, we wouldn't want to hold the meetings like in October with the election, not till February. We would probably wait till probably actually even January, maybe early December before Christmas, have a meeting or two.
If there is a positive vote for reorganization within 15 days of that vote in February, the AEA director calls for an election of the new board. And that would happen in the next April because that's the next general election. And that election then would be composed of the 5 at-large members that the committee is proposing. And there would actually be, at the time of their election, 3 boards that would operate. Walleye, Auburn, and SAC would each continue to have their regular boards, as well as there'd be a reorganized East Sac County Community School District board that would then work from that time until the actual beginning of reorganization, which would be July 1st of 2011. Current board members could run for the new board, so it could be that someone was serving a term on the SAC board but was also on the reorganized board. And that's probably important information that will undoubtedly it's important information that we're going to have to make sure that the public's clear about the fact that that new reorganized board actually organizes the reorganization process itself and starts the work of the new district. But so it's kind of an unusual time where there are 3 boards operating, each of the individual boards as well as that newly formed board.